Now, when we talk about governance, we talk about those specific elements that help us oversee and manage the program. So for the purposes of this discussion and to understand the life cycle, those are oversight and accountability, documentation and reporting, and independent program review. So let's look at each of those elements and what they involve. Oversight and accountability is a major element of any effective TPRM program. That means that we have really defined and documented where third-party risk management sits in the organization. We have clearly defined roles and responsibilities. We know who's responsible for each task and function. And some of those responsibilities look like senior management and the board. They are ultimately responsible for setting that tone from the top and making sure that third-party risk management is effective across the organization. We have that third-party risk management team, which is responsible for that framework, which is all the rules, tools, and processes that make third-party risk management possible at the organization. We have other internal stakeholders which are responsible for other processes and tasks, such as our subject matter experts, our legal teams, et cetera. And we also have auditors and examiners which review the program to make sure that there's no gaps or weaknesses and that we are remaining compliant with all laws and regulations. We also have documentation and reporting as foundational elements of governance. And we have something called our governance documentation, which really at the minimum includes our policy, which are all the rules and requirements for third-party risk management as an organization. And for many of us, that also includes a program document, which details all of the processes required to achieve those requirements. And then your procedures, which are all the step-by-step instructions necessary to complete those processes. But of course, there's other types of documentation that can serve as evidence of processes being accomplished, that serves as preserving records of information or decisions that were made. That can include both informal documentation like emails and meeting notes to formal documentation like business cases, contracts, invoices, subject matter expert reviews, etc. And to go hand in hand with our documentation, both our governance documents and our record keeping, we need reporting. And some examples of the reporting that we might generate through this process would be our vendor inventory, details about our critical vendors. You know, maybe we have a PII report that details all of the elements of PII that are captured by certain vendors, risk assessments and due diligence support, vendor performance reports, or any issue management reports. So the last element in an effective governance structure is that independent review. Now, from time to time, we absolutely need an unbiased review of our third-party risk management practices and program. We need someone to come in and look under the hood and make sure that everything is operating as it should and that we're in compliance with all laws and regulations. And if there's any gaps or weaknesses, that they're documented and reported and escalated to the board and senior management so they can get corrected. Now, the other reason that we want these reviews is something they can shine a light on things that are problematic, whether that's culturally or politically within the organization. That can be bad management, including agendas, etc. Because sometimes it's those types of things that are actually making the program less effective, regardless of how well built your processes are. And again, whether it's internal audit or external examiners, they do have tools to incent you to correct those unwanted behaviors.